Mm, mm. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? What's good? How everybody doing? We in the building. We in the building, fam. We in the building. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. Alistair 49, what's up, man? What's good? You trying to get up in here? Talk to me. You trying to get up in?
What's up?
D, what's up, man?
What's good, bro?
Nothing much, man. What's good with you, fam?
Just working, dog. Messing
Okay.
around.
You see something different with the shirt?
Ah, you merch.
We ain't playing, man. I told you when they
I,
when
I
they
like that.
sleeping when they sleeping we working, bruh. When they sleeping we working.
That's what I'm doing right now, bro.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Look at it. You see it?
I see you, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. We trying to get this thing rolling, man. So talk to me, man. Talk to me, man, because today is about bringing that heat and that fire, brother. So talk to me, man.
Listen, I gotta ask you something right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got between Oscar Rivas and Dillian White?
What I got between the two? I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Oscar Rivas is going to give Dillian White some fits, man. This ain't gonna be no Derek Chisora type of fight, man. I think Dillian White can't go in there doing that rock'em sock'em type of shit. He's gonna have to fight. So if I have to pick just off the initial, I'm gonna say, and I know this is just initial, I'm gonna go with Oscar Rivas, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Oscar Rivas got a good nice punch, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I have to do is I gotta go do some study on Dillian White. Now I know Dillian White been getting better and better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oscar Rivas got a huge deficiency, bro.
Oh yeah.
I was just studying him. My. I have to see the level of IQ Dillian White is, but if
Mm-hmm.
he's at least B level, Oscar Rivas don't stand a chance. Now I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Every time this dude throw a power punch, you'll do this,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna come back and be like, "Oh hell no, he ain't gonna win this fight." Every time he goes to throw power, right,
Mm-hmm.
he step forward and sits down. Every time,
He sits down
It-
on that
it-
punch.
he steps forward first and then sits down. Every
Mm-hmm.
time, and I'm gonna
Yep.
tell you something. That's way too predictable. Any B
Exactly.
level fighter will start to time that boop boop boop, and I'm telling you, go watch him. I watched him in about 4 fights, and I mean
Mhm.
every single time, bro. It's terrible. It's a terrible habit. Terrible habit. I mean that shit is so predictable, and any B level or better fighter is going to match that up. I'm going to go look at Derek Chisora. Dillian White, but I don't think he's going to fall for that all night.
Yeah, man. But I'll tell you like this, man. Dillian White's gonna have to bring it, brother. He's gonna
Yeah.
have to bring it because Revis, I'm telling you, just off of the initial stuff of what I saw, Revis ain't playing, man. He's coming with that heat, man.
Well,
And that's why I was trying to say Dillian White needs to be focused on that guy that's in front of him. Stop worrying about no damn Wilder. Focus on this guy because this guy right here could potentially beat him down and take that belt from him. So he needs to focus, he needs to lock in, and he needs to understand that right now all his focus should be put on Revis. Because from what I've seen initially from Revis, that's going to be a tough fight for him. Even if Dillian White's on his A game, that's going to be a tough fight for him, bro.
right.
So what about tonight, man? The Raptors and the Warriors, man. How you see that game playing out?
Man, I was just talking about that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's hard to tell with this game because those guys are gonna come out with a lot of fire, man. You know, rally. When you got an inspirational game, it's hard to tell, bro. You
Yeah,
know,
you lying about that.
they can't look at that Ohio State loss. You know what I mean? To a
Mm-hmm.
team that you wouldn't, they didn't even make the division title, but it was an inspirational thing. And you can never tell with these inspirational games. And those guys, the way they rallied around Kevin Durant and all of that, hey man, they could come out straight balling, beat the hell out of Toronto. But what I was talking to my man about today is one of these two games, Toronto they just gonna take off on them. It could be tonight or it could be back in Toronto, but they just gonna take off on them and straight do them in, bro.
Alistair 49, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? Nothing much. Nothing much.
Okay, I had to get you on Hangouts, brother. What's good with you, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good.
What's up, Alistair? You a young buck, huh?
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
That's
Hey,
what's up.
how old are you, Alistair? Tell him, man.
18.
18, that's what's up, man. You know how I feel about the young strong. You got that strength-based wisdom, man. So what's up, man? How you look? How the Raptors and Warriors looking?
They're looking okay, man. Listen, man. Just know this. Just know in Game 5, we were supposed to win that game. I mean, Toronto was supposed to win that game. Let's get real here. Kawhi went off, man, in the last few minutes. But you got to give the Splash Brothers credit. They came back and hit every single three.
They damn sure did.
Right. But just know this, guys. Whenever Golden State beats us, they only beat us by a few points, probably like 5 or 6 points at most. But when we beat them, I think in Game 1, we beat them by double digits. In Game 3, in Game 3, we beat them by double digits. In Game 4, I think we beat them by double digits, or it was a close game. But whenever they beat us, just like in Game 5, it was always only by a few points. Listen, Toronto Raptors, we're the better team. Let's get real here, guys. We might close it out tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like listen, man, Golden State is they're really scared right now. And they know it's at jeopardy right now. They're in jeopardy, their whole dynasty, because this is definitely their last year together, because they want that 3P, but how can they get it without, Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant fell down, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Hey, he warned you guys. He said, look, I can't play. My Achilles is messed up. People were saying, in the media, he's soft or whatever. He comes back. They pass him the ball like he's 100%. Making him do ISOs and stuff, isolations and shit on Serge Ibaka. You know what I'm saying? This guy's barely 50%, and you're just giving him the ball to score to you again, just like what he's been doing all throughout the season and the playoffs. Bro, isn't that why he got injured in the first place? Because you played him, you overplayed the man. What do you expect? So when he went down again, I was like, oh, who are you going to blame now? You know what I'm saying? First, he was criticized. Then he comes back. Ultimately, it's his fault. I'm not saying like it's not his fault, but don't act like the Golden State organization wasn't part of that.
Oh, you're breaking up, Alistair.
Alistair, you breaking up, man.
Oh, well.
Yeah, go ahead, D. Counter some of that, man, while he's trying to figure it out. Okay, Alistair, you back?
Well, he fell off, but
okay.
Hey man, I hear him. It's not really too much to counter on this game here, because technically, what the boy was saying is, what that man was saying is, that's how it's supposed to go, bro. I mean, logically, Kevon Looney's out. Now, we're not gonna act like Kevon Looney's a all-star or anything. But what he does is bring that inside presence, second chance points. DeMarcus Cousins can't jump. Draymond Green's strong, but he's too small down there. You know what I mean? That's where Kevon Looney kicked in. And that collarbone, this situation, so he's gone. So they're not really going to have nothing on those boards. Then when you look at Clay and the rest of the guys, Clay playing on 20% low fuel, and Curry low fuel, and Iguodala low fuel. You know what I mean? The way he's talking, that's how it's really supposed to go. The game should go that way. What I'm saying, though, is the inspirational thing. I mean, we've seen Curry's been playing hurt, and he almost scored 50 points while playing hurt. Exactly. So anything can happen tonight, man. I mean, Curry can go off.
Exactly.
you know. But if it went down the way the young man said, bro, that's like I said, I think that should be pretty much expected. I don't know.
Well, D, I appreciate you, man. You know why I appreciate you in this one? Because at the end of
What's
the
up?
day, you stay true to who you are. You know what I'm saying? Throughout this whole thing. Even though the other day, you know what I'm saying, you ate some crow, and I gotta give you credit for that because that showed me your true character right there. At the same time, you still stuck true to yourself, and you still D Jefferson at the end of the day. So you get all of the credit in the world, man. I'm gonna tell you
Respect.
like this. This is gonna surprise you, fam. It's gonna
Respect.
surprise you too, Alistair. After Kevin Durant came out, he didn't have the Willis Reed performance, but Kevin Durant had a real Willis Reed type of awkward moment. And after that, folks, let me tell you something, man. I'm actually galvanizing behind the Dub Nation to win. I want them to win because I like the way that they acted from top to bottom. Joe Lacob, Bob Myers. I believe Bob Myers was sincere, man. Because when you hear a man go and squeach, you know what I'm saying? When he can't get all his words out, that's a sincere apology, man. A lot of people are sitting there flacking this man and saying, "Oh, he wasn't sincere. He shouldn't have let Kevin Durant go out there." But Kevin Durant had to say so in that too. You know,
Yep.
he's a guy of the highest order, and he wanted, you know what I'm saying, to go out there and play. So
Mm-hmm.
if he goes out there and play and he wants to play, basketball is a sport that he loves. Who am I? Who are you? And who's Alistair 49 to tell Kevin Durant he can't go out there and play for his teammates? You know what I'm saying? And plus, all of the medical people cleared him. So even though Bob Myers' gut was like, "Nah, I don't want to play you, Kevin Durant," they took precaution. They let this man sit out for about a month. So they felt that after they went through all that MRI and they went through all that back and forth, they felt that it was necessitated for him to be out there on the floor. Plus, they trying to go for a three-peat. You know what I'm saying? They trying to win at the end of the day. Who wants to go that far only to lose? So
Yeah.
I don't blame them for doing what they did. And I don't like the fact that Bob Myers is taking the flack that he's taking. But you know what I liked about Bob Myers, man? He did
What's up?
exactly what you did the other day, D. He put it on him, man. It shows a true character as a man when you could put that shit on yourself. He blamed himself. He ain't blamed nobody else. He ain't try to put it on nobody else. He put it on him. And you got to give him credit for that. He said it was my fault. And you know why he said that? Because you could see a conflict in two things. You could see one, his gut was telling him Kevin Durant wasn't ready. But then the mindset was, nah, let him play. So I think that's why he bust down and cried, because there was that conflict between his conscience and what the team's best interest was. And that's how I see it, man. But I'm rooting for Dub Nation to pull it out. I'm gonna tell you right now. My mind says that the Raptors are going to win tonight, but my heart is going for Golden State Warriors. And I'm gonna tell you like this, and I think D gonna back me up on this. If Golden State Warriors turn around and get Game 6, I think they're gonna win that shit in 7, man.
You know, I I was just talking to my man about the same thing too, and he said the same thing too. But then it's funny, bro, because remember how I started this thing off? I got
Mm-hmm.
Toronto blowing the top on one of these two games. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that kind of just, it's got to be one of these two games. I think Kawhi is going to be Kawhi in one of these two games. You know what I mean? So if they win tonight, it's going to be a hell of a game 7. It's going to go down to the wire. I think that Toronto will pull it off though. Like
That's
just have an explosion like toward the end. That's just my feelings on it. You know, I can't, I get it though. Like this, it's just so funny because of the inspirational factor in it. It's just so funny because I get it. Like if they win tonight, like what's stopping them from winning the whole thing? You know what I mean? And then sometimes coaches just figure certain things out. They see certain things, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's crazy. That Kevin Durant injury was super inspirational. That's all I gotta say about that, bro. Super inspirational.
It was. Alistair 49, you got the hoodie on. What you gotta say, man?
Man, I just gotta say that. Listen, man, it all comes down to this one game. But I feel like the Raptors already have the Warriors figured out. I believe. Like if the Warriors really had something up their sleeves, I feel like they should have shown it already, because now at this point, we're in Game 6. They were down 3-1. Just remember, they could have potentially got outed in 5 games, and
That's true.
Kawhi got hot late, and they were this close, but they just survived it. So man, for them, all they have to do is just focus on this game. This game is what matters. What matters most, folks, because
That's
they
what's
lose.
up,
They
man.
win. Yeah, man. If they lose today, it's over, and yeah, they want to get a three-peat.
That's
But
what's up. So let's switch up gears, man. We know Bob Arum been in the media quite a bit, man. When it came to boxing, man, I mean, he had a lot to say. He talked about Pacquiao and Thurman. He talked about Spencer and Crawford. But I want to talk about this one first because I know D got a lot to say about this, and I know Alistair on the back end, you gonna have something to say. He talked about the Wilder and the Fury fight, man. So what's up, D? I want you to hit it off the top, man. How you feeling about what Bob Arum had to say, man?
Bob Arum's an idiot. Let me say that. Let me start off with saying that Bob Arum's an idiot. Okay. First off, listen. I'm done listening to Bob Arum. I was just pretty much about done with him when he came out yelling the Spence Crawford fight was 50-50. It's no way. Al Heyman's stupid if he don't make the fight, whatever. I was about done with him then. But not too long ago, and Tyson Fury's my guy. Right? Not too long ago, this moron just said that Tyson Fury could get in there and get the best of Ali and some of the old greats, bro. This is actually what Arum had to say. So after he said that, I felt like Alzheimer's was setting in, dementia, and all of that, bro. The dude is done. He's done. Anything he says now, it's not even a surprise to me. After he said, look, Tyson Fury is my guy. You know this. Ali, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. This is listen, man. I can't listen to Bob Arum. Bob Arum, he's like a it's just waiting for him the next crazy thing he's gonna say.
Yeah,
that's what it is, Bob Arum.
A used car salesman type. I get it.
Right. This dude, man.
So what's up, Alistair? What's your take on it, man?
Man, listen. I mean, you might be surprised, but I'm not gonna lie. I actually kind of sort of agree with Bob Arum on this one. You know why? Listen up, guys. Tyson Fury, sure, he might be from this era or whatnot. Probably you can't compare him to Ali. Oh, Muhammad Ali, what? But listen, the truth is, coming into a fight, any fight, especially at a high level, it's always 50-50. I feel like Tyson Fury, he's got one of the best boxing skills for a big guy, like just to be as big as he is and athletic for his size. Like he's 6'9". Like, please name me another heavyweight that was 6'9", a heavyweight champion that was 6'9" or taller with his ability. You can't name one. But I feel like he could definitely beat Mike Tyson, definitely. But Muhammad Ali, it depends, man. It depends. In his prime, I don't know. All I know is this: Muhammad Ali will be fighting an uphill battle because Tyson Fury's going to be swinging those jabs on him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be swinging those jabs on him. And for the first time, Ali wouldn't have to be like a lot of guys Ali fought, honestly, were a lot shorter than him, like especially in his prime. Like Ali's 6'3". When he fought Sonny Liston the first time, a lot of times you've seen Sonny Liston try to get inside, you know what I'm saying, use that jab, but obviously Ali had a lot of advantages. But see, this is the thing though, when Tyson Fury fought Vladimir Klitschko, he was so
with the guys as he knows his sport.
He was dominating his opponents with his range, reach, and his height because he had such a big height advantage or whatever, and his reach, and that's how he created his entire style to fight a guy that's shorter than him. So when he fought a guy that was bigger than him, taller than him for the first time, he's like, oh shoot, I have to adjust my everything. I have to pressure this guy and try to knock him out because if I don't, obviously I don't have the range, I don't have the reach, I can't out jab this guy. So Tyson Fury, Vladimir Klitschko. So I feel like if you get someone that's around it. Anybody that's shorter than Tyson Fury has a shot. I'll just say that. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you like this before I'm gonna let D go, because I know D want to counter. I think D was impressed with the first half of what you said, and I think he gonna have something to say about the second half. Ride with it, D.
Well, it just shows the youth in you, young man. That's all it is. That's all. I mean, I was impressed by how you broke that down in the beginning, but it just really shows the youth in you, man. Because see, this is what you gotta realize. Big George Foreman, he wasn't too much smaller and not that less long than Tyson Fury. Big George Foreman ain't the old Big George Foreman you might have watched film. That man used to throw blows. You understand? Another thing you got to understand, Alistair, is Muhammad Ali, and you go look this up on YouTube, you'll surprise yourself. Muhammad Ali one time threw 12 punches in 11 seconds, son.
Yep.
As a heavyweight.
Yep.
Now just think about that in your head. Yeah, you're smiling. 12 punches in 11 seconds. He would have beat the hell out of Tyson Fury. Do you understand me? He would have beat the hell out of him. Listen, if he let Wilder catch him, what the hell do you think a man throwing 12 punches in 11 seconds time as a heavyweight? And then you want to talk about elusiveness. Do you know what heavyweight had almost the greatest footwork ever? Ever, son. The great Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. It's the reason he said that, bro. And so that you think he couldn't have caught Tyson Fury, the question is, could Tyson Fury have caught him? See, that rope-a-dope style was later down the line. You know what I mean? When he got tired of shuffling them feet. But he was rolling. They won't clean flush punches. So the rope-a-dope style was an illusion. You understand? But back when that man was early and young and in his prime, man, Fury couldn't have caught up with that man. Trust me, Alistair, he would have beat the hell out of him. Now,
Yep.
Now, Mike Tyson, dude, Mike Tyson fought Jerry Cooney, which is just a tad shorter and just lengthier. He's just as lengthy and tall as Fury. Just put it that way. Listen, bro, Mike Tyson is not like any of these heavyweights you got out here today. The way that man came in there with that head movement and those body shots, boom, boom, boom. Tyson goes down. Fury. Tyson Fury goes down. Listen, Wilder hit that man, but Tyson would have hit him 2 to the body, 1 to the top. And the 2 to the body was just as hard as that 1 to the top from Mike Tyson, bro. Trust me. He would have broke him down, bro. See, you got to go watch some film and don't even watch highlights. Watch film of these fights. Mike Tyson was systematic how he broke these guys down. He was shorter than mostly everyone. He was used to fighting that way. You got to understand that. He was shorter than almost everyone. So that presented no issue for Mike Tyson. That's what he did, bro.
Yep.
So he knows his sports, take it from there.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. D kind of just went through a history book lesson and he kind of schooled you, youngin. But I'm gonna tell you like this, Alistair. I like you, man. Because you young, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of ways to go. You 18. I could damn near be your daddy, man. But I tell you this much, bro. You got a hard, fiery spirit, and everything that you said it with conviction. But let me tell you this, man. If this was Ali in his prime, he would smash, and I'm gonna say it again, smash Tyson Fury. Now, old Ali, and I ain't talking about the initial version of the old Ali that integrated the rope-a-dope. That Ali still could have beat Fury. I'm talking about the late Ali, damn near the Ali that looked like he was ready to get out the door. Now, if you're talking about that iteration of Ali, Fury got a chance. Fury got a chance to that one. But other than that, any other iteration or any other style of Ali would pose problems, because especially the youthful one, because I mean, like D just said, the man threw punches like nobody's business. If you sitting here thinking that Andy Ruiz Jr. is fast, you don't know what fast is, man. Ali was ridiculously fast, not only with his hands, but with
Stupid
his
fast.
feet. And he would dance around you. You know what I'm saying? And this whole thing about, oh, the guy's 6'9" and he's this and he's that. Let me tell you something in boxing, man. There's a punch, and D gonna back me up on this. There's a punch that if you are elite or a great fighter, you know how to place that punch, you get any tall dude out of there. Mike Tyson used that punch better than anybody. It's called the uppercut, man.
Yeah.
If you can place that uppercut in the right fashion, that tall person is gonna go timber like a damn tree, man.
Yes,
You just got to set up
sir.
those combinations. You just got to set it up. That's why Mike Tyson was able to get guys taller than him out of there, because Mike Tyson would go in there. His footwork would just be so lethal and so fast. He'll throw those combinations, and then once that tall guy put that chin out there, boom, he would just throw that chopping uppercut, man. You wouldn't even see it coming because it comes so fast, and it'll come with a snappy power. Next thing you know, the guy's falling, and this is how dirty Mike Tyson was. The guy's falling, and Mike Tyson, while the guy's falling, Mike Tyson trying to get 2 more hits. While the guy's going there, 2 more, just to make sure your ass ain't getting back up. Well, guess what? Ali was the same way too. He would make sure that when he hits you, it's nighty night. You ain't getting your ass back up, man. They don't make fighters like they used to. Those fighters back in those days, they would fight 15 rounds, man. These fighters nowadays, if they go past 12, they done. I mean, shit, when they get into round 10, 11, they can't make it. So could you imagine if they win another 3 to 4 more rounds? Come on, man. They'd be gassed the hell out. That era right there is a whole nother era. It's elite within itself, man. There's a reason why that generation is called the golden generation of boxing. You just had number golden fighters, man. George Foreman, you know, there's an argument. A lot of people talk about Mike Tyson's power. There's an argument that George Foreman was the strongest heavyweight ever, man. I'm talking about when he throw those punches, it's like a freaking railroad train coming at your ass. Could you imagine if he landed some shit like that on Tyson Fury? Come on, man. There ain't no Undertaker moment for him. He ain't coming up from that. No way, because he's getting the whole railroad train coming at his ass. So all I'm saying is to say this, man. Them levels of heavyweights, the Riddick Bowes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, even Hasim Rahman, man. You know what I'm saying? In that era, if you take Hasim Rahman in the 90s and you place him with these heavyweights, he'd be considered right there with the top heavyweights, bar none. It's just the fact of the matter is Rahman had to fight the Lennox Lewises of the world and these types of guys. That's why he just looked like he was apart from those guys. But if he fights these new age guys, come on. Those older guys, man, they worked harder, they train harder, and they live and they eat and they breathe and they sleep boxing. And they wasn't about this nonsense about, oh, it's about how much money I'm gonna get. Those guys, you say something stupid about them, and guess what? We getting in the freaking ring. I mean, the disdain for each other is so bad. You saw that the other day, D, right? Between Holyfield and Riddick Bowe. They still got beef. They still got freaking beef with each other, man. They still can't stand each other. That's how bad it is back in those days, man. Nowadays, these guys, man, it's a show they put on, because at the end of the show, they just going home, giving each other hugs, and that's it. It's over. But they wasn't like that back then, man. That's all I got to say with that. That old school generation was nothing to play with. Joe Frazier, that shit was nothing to play with, man.
Nah, he was ready to hurt Ali for real, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Smoking Joe was ready to hurt Ali for real. He wasn't playing no game.
Nah, he wasn't.
He wasn't playing no games with Ali.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. But see, now let's go on to this one, because Bob Arum said that Tyson Fury is gonna have 2 more fights, and then after 2 more fights, they looking at him fighting Wilder in the early part of next year. So how y'all looking? How does that rematch look like to you? I'm gonna let you get the floor, Alistair. I'm gonna let you go first on that one. How does that rematch play out?
You said what?
The rematch between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. How does that rematch play out?
I don't know, man. I'll just say that it's gonna be another competitive close fight. But if Deontay Wilder makes the right adjustments, I think he could probably get him out of there. Probably get him out of there sooner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because that, like I said, Tyson Fury, he's the best heavyweight, right, in the division. But how would that even matter? How would that all ever matter if he just gets knocked out in the end? You know, so even though he is the best, I say Deontay Wilder is the best because he'll win. He'll end up winning the fight. But I don't know. I feel like Deontay Wilder got away. Like he got away with that fight that he should have lost. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that should have been Tyson Fury's vindication. That's what should have gave him that WBC heavyweight belts. But I do understand why people are saying that Tyson Fury is the number one heavyweight. Although I do believe that Andy Ruiz is really the number one heavyweight, but we'll get to that in a sec later. But yeah, I just think Tyson Fury is gonna do his thing again. And Deontay Wilder, hopefully he doesn't get caught. But how much can you do against a guy that's just attacking you the entire fight? You know, these guys need to find a game plan to push Deontay Wilder on his back foot. You know what I'm saying? Stun him or something. The only person that ever really stunned him, I believe, was Luis Ortiz. I think Luis Ortiz and somebody else, but. Yeah, you know, you have to push him back. You have to keep him on his back foot all the time, or finish him something, man. Lewis almost did it, but saved by the bell, Deontay Wilder. You know, so other than that, man, I see Deontay Wilder KOing everybody. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the two best heavyweights, though. No Anthony Joshua, none of that shit. Just Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. That's about and Andy Ruiz. You got to give his credit and Andy Ruiz. So that's my pick.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. D, chime in, man.
Well, you know my man number one, Fury number one. He gonna do Wilder in the next fight. Andy Ruiz. Let me tell you something. It's an argument. I think that the only person that can beat Wilder and Fury is Wilder and Fury. Let me say that first. So basically, whoever you want to call number one, fine. Wilder, Fury, whatever. They 1 and 2. I like Ruiz and he's fast. But people got to understand, man. Ruiz, I think that he's too short for Fury.
Yep, I agree.
I think he's too short for Fury. Anthony Joshua caught Ruiz with an uppercut, and he wasn't even using his jab. Fury uses his jab extremely well, and he's quick on his feet. Now, Andy Ruiz landing punches and Andy Ruiz throwing punches and missing is a total different thing.
Yeah.
See, he's going to be throwing a lot of punches and missing Tyson Fury, and that gasses you out. Here's another thing that gasses you out. Tyson Fury is a big, tall man, and he wraps up extremely well. So soon as Andy Ruiz come in there with that bulldog crap, Tyson Fury gonna catch those arms, wrap him up, man. Yeah. He gonna wrap him up, and then he gonna move around, make Andy Ruiz miss all night, because that's what Tyson Fury do. And Andy Ruiz gonna gas him out. He gonna gas out, and then he just gonna bounce his head around like a bobblehead. Andy Ruiz is too small for Fury, so you got to say Wilder Fury's number 1 and 2. I say that Andy Ruiz is number 3 because he has the belts. I expect Anthony Joshua to come back and take his belts. And then naturally, Joshua will be number 3 again. And Ruiz would probably be like number 6, to be honest. Okay. Joshua's number 4 because he's only 4 because he lost his belts. And I don't really care about the rest.
Yeah. I have it like that. The only swap is the number 1 and number 2. I got Wilder 1. I got Fury 2. But I agree with the 3 and the 4, man. Andy Ruiz is 3, and Anthony Joshua's 4. What's up, Ox? What's good with you, fam?
What's up, Ox?
Hey, man, trying to catch up with y'all before practice, you know.
That's what's up.
Man. How y'all brothers doing?
We talking about the top 4 heavyweights, man. How you looking at it, Ox? What's it looking like for you, man?
Oh, okay. I'll chime in. Was the other guys done or?
Yeah, they're done, man. You can go ahead.
Okay, let me jump right in. Let me get this set up. All right. Yeah, man. My top 4. Man, you know what? Wilder. Wilder, top 10 Wilder. You know, I'm not really chiming in on his like fundamentals and things like that. You know, I'm not a Wilder fanboy. It may sound like that. I just quoted his name, you know, several times, but not a fanboy. But I'm just being realistic. You know, and I'm looking at the eye test. You know, and I'm not taking nothing away from Fury or any other guys in the stack. But you know, I would say Wilder, Fury, Ortiz, Ruiz. Okay. And I really am hesitant on the Ruiz thing. I know he has the belts. I know he has the hardware. But I also feel that Joshua has always been overrated. I'm sorry. You know, I respect the Olympics and all that stuff like that, but I feel like over here on this soil, like we talked about in some of the previous videos, we just have a different type of twitch here in America. You know, and it's something that can be developed if you're here on this land for a while and you mix in with the different cultures that are here and train with them. But just Anthony Joshua, he's not used to nothing on this soil like this. And I know he has smart Americans. You know, he beat that guy with the dreads, you know, who held the belt. He took the belt from him, you know, but he wasn't even, you know, a real deal, you know, heavyweight in his own right. You know, but I just feel like, you know, Wilder is head and shoulders above a lot of those guys. I feel like if he fights Fury again, he stops Fury. I feel like he stops Ortiz earlier, but I don't see Ruiz getting through Fury or Ortiz. And that's why I kind of don't even want to put, I don't even want to put that man in the top 5 really, because he hasn't defended that hardware yet, and he fought somebody that wasn't in the right mind frame, probably got knocked out before the fight, and didn't have experience on American soil, first debut on American soil, and overrated on top of that. So until this guy defends them belts, you know, a few times I really can't put him in my top 5 or, you know, respectably in my top 10. I would rank the guy that's coming into the division, Usyk, over Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? Just from his body of work. You know, so, you know, I feel like anybody could have capitalized on the opportunity with Joshua. You know, any legit contender. I feel like that Polish kid, they call him Babyface, you know what I'm saying? Palafik or some kind of weird Polish name, but I think that guy would give Ruiz problems. I think that guy would have gave Joshua problems. You know, the big Nigerian, you know, and I'm sorry I don't know all these guys' names. You know, but the big Nigerian, you know, he would I believe he would give Ruiz as well as even possibly Ortiz problems, you know. So there's a lot of fights that need to be made really before this list can be put out there like that. And for them to just put the list out there like that, I believe it's unrealistic. But Wilder's at the top of my list.
Okay.
You know?
That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir.
So, Alistair, man, I'm going to send it to you, and then D, you're going to get on the back end. Any counters, Alistair?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the thing is, man, I definitely wait. Can you guys hear me?
You come in, you like a little distorted.
You're getting electrocuted. You electrocuting us, Alistair.
Alistair, you there, man? You there now? Talk.
Yeah, man.
Okay, well, I hear you now. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. So yeah, I agree with mostly what you were saying, but only thing is this: you guys could say whatever about skill levels, but you can't deny that Anthony Ruiz is the #1 heavyweight on the planet, and you know why? You know why he is? Because he had 3 titles, and the belt don't lie. Once you're the champion, you're at the top of the hill. You cannot argue with the facts, and that is the fact. Although he may be vulnerable to those guys like Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Sure, fine. Maybe Deontay Wilder does beat him. No, maybe Deontay Wilder does beat Andy Ruiz, and Tyson Fury beats Andy Ruiz, right? But look at this: Tyson Fury is the champion. Anthony Joshua is the champion. You know, Andy Ruiz is unified, man. We have to change the rules. We have to change the system. So where it's like there's only one champion at a time, like UFC, but they don't do that. Therefore, we have multiple champions, and this is what you get. This is the results. The thing is this: Deontay Wilder, yes, he has 8 title defenses or whatever, whatever it is. But look, I mean, if he fights Andrew Ruiz, look who's taking the bigger risk here. Andrew Ruiz. Andrew Ruiz has more to lose, to be honest. Title defenses ain't shit that much, man. It ain't shit. Like, unless you get a lot of title defenses where it's like memorable, historic, people don't care about that. People don't even know about how much title defenses you have. They just want a champion. They don't care about the title defenses. They don't care about that, title defenses. Like, I mean, I can't even tell you how much title defenses so and so had, because they show, like, boxing shows that they don't really care about that. Like, they don't really show that much interest as much as let's say the UFC or whatnot. They don't show that much interest in that stuff, but that's the thing though. They have to, like, unless you're like an all-time great, that's the only time it's kind of like Triple G. He had 20 title defenses or whatever, defended his WBA 20 times. Okay, that's noted and that's memorable. We're like, oh yeah, he had so and so. He's an all-time great, past Bernard Hopkins or whatnot. So yeah, for real, that's what it's about in boxing. It's all about who's hot. And who's hot right now is Andy Ruiz. He's the number one. He's the biggest name in boxing right now. Come on. He's the biggest name in boxing. He's the biggest name in boxing right now. I know you want to deny it. It's laughable, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. So we can't say anything about that. He's the number one guy. And where am I finished? He's the number one guy. What else? What else about Andy Ruiz? Why is he so? He was on Jimmy Kimmel, man. He was on Jimmy Kimmel the other day. He got over 4.5 million views on that web, man. 4.5 million views. This guy is like the next biggest thing right now. He's hot stuff right now. He's a rock star right now. And he's riding that wave. So yeah, that's about it, And yeah, that's about it. Anthony Joshua was always a hype job. From day one, the biggest hype job ever, and he got flattened by the better fighter. Period. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that situation. So any counters, I'm willing to listen.
Before I let these two guys go on there, because I think they salivating at the mouth. I'm gonna let D go, and then I'm gonna let Ox go on the back end, because Ox's facial expressions, they were telling me a million words, man. But go ahead, D.
Alistair, man, you remind me of myself when I was 17 and 18. I was sure about the crazy shit that I said. Oh, pardon my French. But I could tell you felt real confident about that. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, listen. Title defenses, young man, mean everything in every sport. And that's not a lie, bro. And that's the truth. Title defenses, that will never change, bro. I don't care how history. You see how hard the Warriors are trying for this three-peat? That means something, son. Tiger Woods trying to get another championship, another Masters, that means something. When you defend titles, that means something. It means that it wasn't a fluke that you got there. See, that's what title defenses mean. And then when you defend them more and more and more, it shows that more and more it wasn't a fluke that you got there. Because see, there's a lot of people that think that Joshua did have some things wrong with him, and he could possibly beat the hell out of Ruiz in this next fight. And if he goes in there and he does that, then that takes stock from Ruiz. You can't say that he was this so great fighter because he won one time and lost it. That's why title defenses are so important, because you sit at the top of the mountain and you keep knocking people down from taking you off the top, bro. And that means a whole lot. So you can't strip Wilder of that, bro. No heavyweight right now is messing with him. He running after Klitschko and nobody else is. Joshua just lost.
Exactly.
That's all I'm gonna say about that, man. I'm not gonna bother the kid too much. I just I like to hear him talk, bro.
Hey, Ox, get on that back end, boy, because I know you got some stuff to say.
All right. title defenses are what posters are made of. Okay? Title defenses are what posters are made of. You know what I'm saying? The famous poster with Ali, you know what I'm saying? The famous poster, you know, with Ali, the famous posters, you know, Tyson versus Razor Ruddock, you know, and the list goes on and on. Foreman versus Moore, you know, Buster Douglas, Tyson, you know, title defenses are what solidifies you as undisputed or chalks you off, like how my man said, you know, as a fluke. And so you're not, in my opinion, legitimized until you defend the title.
Agreed.
Tyson was not legitimized to me. You know, I was a child when he became champion, but when I became a boxing fan enough to appreciate his craft, Tyson wasn't legitimized to me until I seen him defend that title. You know, when he fought the other contenders, you know, Riddick Bowe, you know, Buster Douglas, those guys, you know, the guy took the title from Tyson in China and turned around and lost it to Evander Holyfield.
Yep.
You know, so was he the real deal? Was he the biggest guy in boxing because he took it from Tyson? You know, and just because you lose your belt don't mean that you lose necessarily your status. It's about how you lose. You know, and to me, Joshua showed quick. If Joshua would have left out, you know, on his shield, you know what I'm saying, then maybe I would have kind of gave him a little bit more respect. But he already showed me that quick. So it kind of made his status a little artificial to me. I didn't expect that from him. I expected for him to come back with ferocity like how he did against Klitschko, because I seen him down before, you know, and it's been rumored that he's been down in training and stuff like that before, but he comes out there and he whacks people. But we didn't see that, you know, so he deserves a good rematch. I mean, he did knock the guy down, you know, but let's see Ruiz get tested first. You know what I'm saying? Let's see him get tested. Floyd became what he became from title defenses. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that fought Floyd was coming for a title. You know what I'm saying? Or Floyd was taking a title and they was defending their title. And he made people who have belts look average. You know, he made them look like sparring partners. So, you know what I mean? You can't give Ruiz that because he ain't been tested. You know what I mean? So I would just like to see more, you know, but you know, no personal dig, you know what I mean?
See, I'm gonna say this much. Alistair, I hear you, man, but you've heard me say this in my videos, man. In order for me to give Andy Ruiz credit, and this is why I go on the mode and go in line with Ox and I go with D on this, Andy Ruiz has to beat Anthony Joshua in the same fashion, if not more impressive. And then he needs to fight another elite heavyweight after that and win, because that would be multiple title defenses. Now, if he has multiple title defenses, he is legit in my book. But if he just beat Andy Joshua and then Anthony Joshua turns around and smashes him in the same fashion, you know what that makes him? That makes him a one-hit wonder, man. That's what that makes him. You know what I'm saying? Just like Buster Douglas, just like the point that Ox still just brought up. Title defenses means a lot, because what it does is it tells us your mindset as a fighter, and it tells us discipline. It's like any sport, man. If you're able to do something multiple times, then it tells us that the discipline factor is there, but it also tells us the elite status is there, because that's what separates the men from the boys, man. Being able to do the same thing that you did that very first time again, because it's not about getting there. Getting there is hard. That's hard within itself, but maintaining, shit, that's a whole nother animal, man, because the mindset has to be continuously that I'm going to maintain, I'm going to continue to do this, and I'm going to win this. So that's why you got to give Wilder his credit, because, come on, man, 10? Come on, man. 10 is not no easy number, man. I mean, shit, look at Anderson Silva. This is a whole nother sport, right? We talking MMA. This man has 16 title defenses. Why do you think for the longest they call him the greatest MMA fighter? And then John Jones came around, and look at John Jones right now, blowing the thing out of proportion. In any sport, when you do multiple title defenses and you win over and over and over again, this is what separates you from the pack, man. And that's the way you got to look at it. So, fellas, I want to talk about this one here, man, because Bob Arum mentioned it. I want to talk about Spence versus Crawford, man. How y'all see that playing? Because Bob Arum brought it up again. He said Sean Porter can't sell a cookout, man. And if Spence want a pay-per-view, he need to fight Crawford. So how y'all see that playing out, man? I'm gonna let you go first, Ox.
Man, like I said, I don't want to. I try not to dig in on cats. We ain't in high school no more, man. But if we was in high school, Sean Porter would be one of them cats, man. I have crying in the office, man. Like steady roasting. You know what I'm saying? Pure lame. I respect his athleticism. I respect the the dedication to the sport and just wanting to be a positive, clean role model. But I'm just not buying this package. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like some people like the 1s, some people like the 4s, some people like the 10s. We were talking about Jordans and stuff like that. Me personally, I like the 9s. I'm not really feeling the 13s. You know what I mean? So yeah, we all have our preferences, and I'm just not feeling Porter. I don't like his style. I don't like his persona. I feel he gets crushed by Thurman in a rematch. I feel Spence ends his career, and so on and so forth. And it's I see him dunking it.
Ox, what's up, man? Talk to us, man.
And
there you go.
But I say Spence all the way. I think Crawford is too light, man. As I get into it, I'm sorry, but I think Crawford is a little bit too light. For Spence, I seen him get wobbled by Gamboa. I seen him get wobbled by the one-legged guy, Benavidez. I'm just not buying his power. I think his combos are kind of sloppy. It's like that pitter-pat combination with one, whereas Spence is more laser focused, just straight, throwing bombs at you, with precision bombs versus pitter-patter explosion. So I'm just more of a Spence style man, a boxing or whatever, that you punishment, you wear you down, beat you down, things of that nature. I'm just not seeing in the logic where Porter is even remotely a threat. I'm waiting for somebody to get that belt off of him. So I kind of wish that Andy Garcia was a little bit lighter on his feet, because I think he would win that fight if he was lighter on his feet. I can see Brooke taking that belt back from Porter if they ever rematch. I see Porter taking whatever avenue he can to avoid Spence at all costs.
Okay.
So
Ox, speaking to the volume, man. I think you're moving around. There you go.
We still on?
Yeah, there you go. I hear you now.
No, I was going on for a minute. Long story short, Spence, I was just saying that I don't really buy into the Porter persona or his and I was just saying that Crawford, he doesn't have the precision power enough to be a threat to Spence. I feel that Spence can match his volume, but I don't feel that Crawford is durable enough to withstand the long haul in a 12 round with Spence. I don't see it.
Okay. D, what's up, man? Talk to me.
Bro, you already know what it is. You already know what it is, bro.
Yeah, I need your opinion, brother.
Listen, I say this. It's real easy. As far as Spence versus Porter, he gonna beat him like a drum. Okay? He gonna beat him like a drum. That's what I say about Spence versus Porter. Spence versus Crawford, it's gonna be a tougher fight. But Spence gonna wash Crawford. Now, when I say he gonna wash Crawford, people think I say he's just gonna go over in there and totally dominate Crawford. I don't mean that. But what I mean by wash is at least 8-4, 9-3. It's not gonna be any fight where anybody can cry robbery or anything like that. And that's if he don't stop him. I do believe that he should stop him because people talking about that Mikey Garcia fight, but I don't care what anybody say. Spence was not trying to stop Mikey for the first 9 rounds. He was just peppering him, outboxing him, using his footwork, lateral movement, jab, head movement, all the things that people said Spence don't have. One trick pony.
Totally
He did all
agree.
of that. He did all of that to Mikey. And then they said, oh, he did it to a little guy. Whatever. That's what Spence did in that fight. So when he comes in this Porter fight, here's 2 things. One, he's not going to drain down as much. Okay. So he's going to be a lot thicker in that Crawford fight because I can guarantee you Bob Arum and Crawford ain't going to cry about Spence having a weight clause or any of this nonsense. So Crawford's not going to be able to deter Spence no more than Mikey was able to. Yep. People underestimating Mikey's power. Mikey caught Spence with a couple of good shots, backed him off, but Spence came right back to him. And that's what's going to happen with Crawford. He's not going to be able to hurt Spence, man. Spence takes harder hits than people realize. He has a tougher chin. He's more durable than people realize. And Crawford's not going to be able to hurt him. So that's it, bro. He beats both of them, but he's going to beat the hell out of Porter. Beat him like a drum. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, man. Hey, man, what you got to say, Alistair? How you looking at it, man? We need that young boy's perspective.
So Errol Spence versus Sean Porter, right?
Veggie. Y'all eat y'all veggies.
Yeah, Errol Spence versus Sean Porter, Errol Spence versus Crawford, man.
So look, I feel like Sean Porter, I think a lot of people underestimating Sean Porter. I know he had such a terrible performance in his last fight or whatnot, but yeah. I feel like now Sean Porter, if he gets on the inside and he footballs this guy, like what they say like he's a football player or whatever, because how he likes to rough them up and use his head and everything. If he does that to Errol Spence, he could disrupt a lot of the movement. He could take away his, his range, because a lot of times Errol Spence, he does need a little bit of range to land those straight left hands and those body shots. But if he doesn't, if Sean Porter can get on the inside, he could disrupt a whole lot of that stuff. From the first gate, from the first bell, he could disrupt a whole lot of that. Yeah, I feel like if Sean Porter comes with that, I feel like we could have maybe a huge upset sometime. I feel like we could probably. It depends how Sean Porter approaches this matchup. But if he tries to box with Errol Spence, he'll definitely get that work. Okay. It's not really an interesting fight because even if Errol Spence does go after and stops Sean Porter, media and stuff, they're not really going to be talking about it that much. But I do understand Errol Spence's ambition to become unified welterweight champion, so he does want that belt. But I felt like he should have, the smart move was to fight Pacquiao right after Mikey Garcia. It was to fight Manny and get that big money check. And he just came off of a pay-per-view fight, so he has the momentum. He should have carried that and got that. But it's okay because he's gonna get his chance again. Now for Terrence Crawford fight. So this is what everybody's talking about. It's the biggest fight, mega fight. I feel like Terrence Crawford has that edge. I feel like he's the best fighter hands down in welterweight, and I feel like he could swiftly outbox Errol Spence. I get it. He implies unlimited pressure, etc. And he's great at cutting off the ring, etc. But I feel like a guy like Terrence Crawford, man, he just has so many tricks. I feel like he's prepared for this moment or whatever. I feel like he's ready. I feel like he's all of his past fights, because I followed his fights from when he became champion. Right? I followed his fights from when he became champion. After he beat Ricky Burns, so this was like 2000, late 2013. I've been watching like every single Terrence Crawford fight since then, and I've seen like the matchups he's faced. They may have not been like the biggest names, of course. You may have not known who they were, but they did possess a lot of trouble for him. So I feel like it was enough for him. It showed that he was a complete fighter, a complete boxer. And I feel like Earl Spence is just another one of those guys, another big challenge for Terrence Crawford that, he could overcome. I feel like he's got the footwork. I feel like he has the speed. I feel like all around. I just feel like he's just more ready. I understand he only has 3 fights at welterweight. Whatever. He only has 3 fights, but I feel like now is the time. People were saying that, he beat Jose Benavidez, a guy who was on one leg, etc. But I mean, wasn't Jose Benavidez talking a lot of crap before the fight? He's the guy that called Terrence Crawford out.
A wounded dog whines the most.
Like, look. I feel like this though. It's when they asked Earl Spence, hey man, what about Benavidez or whatever? I feel like they completely discredited Terrence Crawford's work. Like he didn't give a shit. Like he completely disregarded it. Like like he didn't even give him his credit. I feel like that's the thing. He completely brushed it off. Like, oh, that's nothing. Like, come on. Like Benavidez is actually a good fighter. He's a good counterpuncher. He was undefeated going into that. But all I have to say is this: Terrence Crawford is somewhat similar to Deontay Wilder. And I'm going to say that because the similarities is this. You might say he might be flawed in here, like you said, he's too soft in the belly or whatever. It's going to be one of those moments where they actually fight each other, and then you find out what really happens when they're actually in the ring. It's going to be one of those moments where, like Deontay Wilder, you might say he's untechnical, etc. Blah blah blah. No footwork, but guess what he has? He has that one special weapon. Same thing for Terrence Crawford. I feel like Terrence Crawford has that one special weapon that's going to get the job done against anybody. Including Earl Spence. Just remember that Kell Brook fight. That Earl Spence Kell Brook fight where Kell Brook was piecing Earl Spence up. He was piecing him up with that speed and that footwork. But like if Kell Brook didn't fight Triple G earlier, I feel like he could have beaten Spence. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say for now.
Ox, go ahead, man. I know Ox and D got counters, but Ox, go ahead, man. I know you chopping at the bits. Go ahead, bro.
I'm glad you got that hoodie on. Because I'll be on the back of your neck right now. About some of the stuff you said, man. Come on, you said Crawford got that equalizer like Wilder. He got a Wilder factor. I'll put that to the side. All right, so we often compare these fighters to dogs. I'm a dog lover. I'm a dog breeder. Okay, I own a champion bloodline American Bulldog. Okay, and I know guys that have pit bulls. I like pit bulls. I've owned pit bulls. Crawford is a pit bull. Spence is an American Bulldog. Okay? And you cannot ever think in a million years that a game-bred pit versus an American Bulldog, it's just not going to happen. It's going to be exciting.
Ox, come on in, man.
What's going on with the volume?
There you go. Yeah, talk like that, man.
I don't know what's going on with it. Can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear now.
Yeah, man. What I was saying when the volume got messed up last time was, Crawford kind of has that pitter patter boom, type of combo strategy, whereas with Spence has that precision, laser power. Okay, and you cannot compare the endurance level or the sturdiness of a Kell Brook to a Crawford. Them are two totally different frames. I don't see Kell Brook getting wobbled by Gamboa. I don't see that. Okay? So this is what we talking. This is what we talking. Spence, I'm telling you, Spence, he changes the route of Crawford's career for sure. For sure. And I think it's a reason why Bob Ingram isn't promoting that man the way he should. I think the reason why he hasn't dumped millions behind Spence is because he knows eventually Spence will get stopped. I would like to see, I'm sorry, not Spence, but Crawford. I would like to see Crawford versus Porter before I legitimize Crawford's ability. Is my volume on? Could y'all hear that?
Volume's good there. It's good there. Right there. Stay right there.
I was just saying I would like to see Crawford versus Spence. Crawford versus Porter before I legitimize Crawford's even ranking inside the welterweight division. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you like that.
I don't know what's going on. I was saying I would like to see Crawford versus Porter before I legitimize Crawford in the welterweight division. You know, I would also like to see Crawford versus maybe Danny Garcia before I can legitimize him in the welterweight division. I don't even really like putting Crawford in the welterweight conversation because he ain't proven yet.
Exactly.
He's not proven yet.
Exactly.
He ain't been in that water yet. Benavidez, a lot of us hadn't really heard of Benavidez or followed Benavidez until we seen him get dropped. Let's really be honest about it. You know, Horn, you know, who was following Horn for real? Who was on these blogs? I'm talking about even on the big blogs, like, you know, stuff like that, you know, Fanon and stuff like that. When nobody talking about no Horn or no Benavidez, you know, these guys that Crawford got on his resume, man, nobody, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really think about it, you know, Crawford just started wearing Versace a couple fights ago. You know what I'm saying? He just looked like basic money that PBC fighters been getting. Like Tank dressed better than Crawford. Crawford is way behind over there on the top rank side of the fence with his competition look. You know what I'm saying? And with the money that he made. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know, man. I just can't put him in that conversation. I don't see him getting through Porter. If he get through Porter, then let's come back and revisit this. If he get through, you know, if he get through Danny Garcia, let's come back. If he get through Thurman, let's revisit this. But I don't see Crawford getting through Brook. Like, come on, man.
And that's
Brook.
And that's why I said Ox, and I'm gonna let D get on his back end. I said that the litmus test for Terrence Bud Crawford would have been Kell Brook. I think a lot of us see that eye to eye because we know that Kell Brook, unlike Amir Khan, damn right, Lord Sweat Real, whatever Ox just said right now, and I think D will second that shit. Because D likes hearing some real shit. And when you see D pull out that food and start eating, that means that he's watching that shit like it was TV. You broke that thing down, brother. You broke that shit down.
Yes, sir.
But I'm gonna tell you like this. The litmus test for Terrence Bud Crawford, and I've said this, is going to be your boy Kell Brook, because Kell Brook is a durable, big ass welter. Matter of fact, he ain't even welter no more. Man, fight at 154. He's a big motherfucker, man. And if Crawford were able to cripple him, then Crawford is legit. But we know that's not going to happen because Crawford punches like a mosquito. You know what I'm saying? He give you these little zappy punches, these snappy punches. But the reason why he's able to drop these guys is because they're not durable themselves. But Kell Brook proven that it took an Earl Spence in bulldozing fashion 11 rounds to drop him. That speaks volumes to me of the type of body that Kell Brook has, man. But D, I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish it, brother.
Hey, man. Check it out, man. Kell Brook, I have to agree with you. It ain't really too much to say about that, man. One thing that I didn't even say the last time is, you know, the factor about Crawford already moving up, man. Honestly, people got to be honest about it. Anytime I ask somebody this question, I say, what do you guys see Crawford doing to a guy like J-Rock? This is what I ask them. They be like, oh, come on, man. You can't expect Crawford to beat J-Rock. That's what they say, right? Well, how the hell you expect him to be Spence? You know what I'm saying? This is what I don't get, bro. Because when I say that, they act like it's a ridiculous question. What do you see Crawford doing to J-Rock? Oh, come on, man. He too big. He do. Well, what the hell you think Spence is? Spence will. I'm telling you, Spence can battle with J-Rock. I think he'll have to get up there, get in the gym. See, this is what people don't understand. Spence is going in at like 175. I mean, I'm sorry, walking around 175, 180. Okay. When you cut that much weight, I don't care if he's able to do it or not. He's losing something. He's losing something. Okay. Now he's not losing anything enough where he can't still beat the pulp out of people. This is why he's still good. He's good to cut the weight that he's cutting. But the only reason I'm making a point of that is if he does not have to cut as much weight, going down to 154, listen, people, that is his natural fighting weight. When you're at your natural fighting weight, you're at your strongest. So while people say we got to see if his power will translate up, are you idiots? His power is being robbed a little bit because he's cutting down to 147. It's being robbed just a little bit. When he's at his natural fighting weight and he doesn't have to cut and he can pack on just a little bit more muscle, he's going to be hitting much harder. So yes, he can get in there and battle with J-Rock, but Crawford, no chance. No chance of getting there and battle with J-Rock. I don't think Crawford has a chance. So how do you guys expect him to be Spence? This is all I say. How do you expect that?
That's what I say. And I'm going to just jump on the back end here, man. You talking about one guy. Hey, I don't know if y'all got a chance to watch that October 2018 video with Rob Brandt, man. He used to be one of Derrick James's old fighters. And he talked about when he was sparring Earl Spence, man. And he said, man, I ain't even going to front to you guys. Earl Spence could easily fight at 154. But this is the one that got me. He said Earl Spence could also easily fight at 160. He said sparring this dude, man, he doesn't have like legitimate light heavyweight power, but he has that snappy, strong light heavyweight power. Now, when you got a guy that's naturally bigger than you, that fights naturally bigger than you, is telling you this, and he's sparred this guy multiple times, mind you, this speaks volumes. Because now, remember, Spence is synonymous with who? Terrence Bud Crawford, and he's synonymous with Canelo. But if you guys remember, and I know Ox and D gonna be like clapping when I say this, when they asked Crawford in that what was it, that Versace shirt he was wearing? That was the first time he ever wore that. When he was wearing that Versace shirt, they asked him, okay, can you fight Canelo? He was like, oh, Canelo's too big. So right there, if Canelo is too big for him, but Earl Spence instead, he said, man, look here, man, I could rock with Canelo. That right there should tell you within itself. You don't even need to be a rocket science. That right there within itself tells you the size differential between the two guys. That's the size differential. And Crawford went as far as to say, I can't fight those guys, man. What are you talking about? I'm going to stay at 147. I see myself staying put at 147 for a long time. That's what came out of Crawford's mouth. But Earl Spence, you and I all know it. Ox knows this, D knows this, and anybody that's rocking knows this. Earl Spence soon has to move to 154 because his body can't assimilate to 147 not that much longer. As much as he wants to try and make weight, his body's not going to assimilate to 147 that much longer. That's why they're pushing for this Crawford and Spence fight sooner than later. Because by 2020, I'm sorry to say this, if May 2020 roll around and we don't got no Crawford and Spence, expect by sometime in September of that year, Spence to move up to 154. That's what's going to happen. So that's why we need that fight to happen the end of this year or the top of next year. Because if it doesn't happen the end of this year or the top of next year, Spence goes to 154. And guess what, J-Rock? You might get them belts up out you, man. That's the way that I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But see, I want to talk about this last one right here, man, because I know how y'all feeling about this, man. I know Ox talked about it on the top end. So I'm going to let Ox start it out, man. Anthony Joshua. Do you see that Anthony Joshua has a second win? And if he does have a second win in your mind, what does he need to do to show that he has that second win? Ox, you got the floor, brother.
He got to stay in America. he got to stay in America, you know, and he needs to mix in and spar with, you know, American fighters. I wouldn't advise that he chase the belt immediately. I think he should kind of let it play out, you know, and see how it's gonna go. I think he should do two, you know, at least two, you know, tune-up fights or whatever in America to not only rebuild his status here, you know, but to get used to the competition level here, to acclimate himself here, you know, train here, spar here. But he definitely needs to get out of Miami. You know, it really makes no sense for him to be in Miami. Like, he needs to be in Vegas, you know, training to where he could train year round, you know, and coming across a good gamut of fighters that come in and out of Vegas that can give him good work. And I think in Vegas over the next 2 years, he would figure out if he's gonna remain in the sport or not. But I feel like in that market, he can still make a good enough coin to where if he decides to hang it up, you know, he's in the heartland for boxing in order to be able to do that. His celebrity status, the venues there would allow him to, you know, acquire a lot of revenue there, whether he decides to hang it up or not, you know. But I think that he needs to stay here and he needs to maybe move his training, you know, into the desert.
Okay. Alistair 49, I'm gonna let you get on the back end, D. Alistair 49, how you seeing that playing out for Anthony Joshua? Do you see a revival in his career? Do you think he should do the immediate rematch, or are you in agreement with what Ox talking about?
Well, what do you mean? Because isn't he supposed to rematch Andy Ruiz in November?
Yeah, he's supposed to.
Oh,
that's what they talking about.
Happens. Because if that happens, that will be, what should I say? That would be the fate of his career. You know what I mean? That would be the fine line where if he makes it or he doesn't make it. Because if he fights Andy Ruiz again, telling you, Andy Ruiz is gonna again stop the look. Anthony Joshua just does not have the cardio to go 12 rounds, or at least anymore, as if he ever did have the cardio. But against Andy Ruiz in the rematch, the style just never makes sense. He's always vulnerable to that left hook, and I don't see anything changing. So the smartest thing for Eddie Hearn and those guys to do is avoid Andy Ruiz. Duck it. Get a quick fight. Get an easy fight against whoever it is. But I feel like it's about AJ, yeah, but come on, we got to talk about the guy that's hot, and that's Andy Ruiz from Mexico. Listen, Andy Ruiz, he wants $50 million, right, guys? He wants $50 million. That's what he asked for if he fights in the UK. Smart move by Andy Ruiz. Smart move. You know why? Because now he can call the shots, and he can get more money than he's ever made. Take care of everybody, his whole family, his friends, his family.
Ain't about to get no 50 million.
Take care of everybody, man. Listen. It may not be realistic right now, but all I'm saying is he's thinking right. You know, he may not get 50 million, literally, but he could probably make enough where it's like, okay, I got something here. He's trying to let them know, like, he puts his foot in, like, hey, I want a rematch in the UK. I understand they have a rematch clause, but it depends, man. If it's in the US or it's in the UK, I feel like you got to pay Andy Ruiz big bucks. But I just see AJ's career going down the drain from here on out. That loss that he took, that's hard to recover from, bro. That's really hard to recover from. Like, it showed a lot about Anthony Joshua. And so he just looks too, like, when I seen him like knocked down and the camera was on him when he was getting up, he just looked like a commercialized public figure now. He don't look like a fighter that much anymore. More like a celebrity, smiling all the time. Hey, I'm just a role model to the kids type of stuff, right? No, that's what it is. I'm just a role model type of stuff to the kids.
Yo.
Type of figure.
Before you counter, D, I need Ox to counter right before you. All right, go ahead, Alistair.
All right, like I was saying, let me finish though. Like I was saying, Yeah, I feel like Anthony Joshua, man. Like, look, man, the guy is a solid. Like, if you look at his Instagram photos, look at his Instagram right now. Look at his photos. You can see this guy. He looks like he's almost. I don't know. I wouldn't say. Yeah, I wouldn't say like he's homosexual or anything.
Oh boy, this
But
kid's
like,
funny.
Oh boy,
I
here
don't
we
know,
go.
man. Just the way he's smiling. Just the way he smiles. Like,
Allison, chill
I
out,
don't
man.
know, man.
You're gonna get this video flagged with that one, brother. Keep it clean.
Cool. My bad. But
All right.
I'm just saying, like, as far as like hunger, is the hunger still there? Is the hunger still there though? I just don't see the hunger anymore. Like he gave it up too quickly, man. Like as soon as he got tired, you just want to look like, all right, I'm done, I'm finished. Get me out of here. Which is why he didn't protest the stoppage. That's why he didn't even protest the stoppage, guys. For that same reason, because he's like, you know what? I just want to get out of here. I'm finished. Let me just go take a break, take a nap now. And you're the champ. You're the unified champion too. And you gave it all up so quickly, like sprinkles. Give it up. Let it all go. So yeah, we all know who's gonna win that Deontay Wilder fight. But just tell me this though: how can you not be the top three heavyweight in your own weight division, but you have over 9.3 million followers on IG? Tell me that. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. Please.
Okay. All right. Well, Ox, go ahead, man. Counter that, man.
IG means nothing.
Exactly.
But it does tell, and not just AJ, but a lot of these fighters, they're really promoting a lot of femininity. They're really getting in touch with that side, and I guess it's a thing. And the times we live in, you could be okay with that. But I feel like in alpha male dominated sports, certain stuff shouldn't be going on. And I agree with the young brother here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually high five him on a lot of stuff. And that's what I'm saying. What it would take for him to actually revive himself, if he did that, then I would believe he had a second win. But like he said, the celebrity is, he looked like a public figure out there just in an exhibition and got waxed. I totally agree with my man here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw a documentary on your boy Idris Elba. And he was kickboxing and doing Muay Thai or something. And they staged, an event for him to, train and fight somebody or whatever. He was still getting rocked. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and he's from the UK. You know what I'm saying? So I do see the correlation, and it was kind of funny that he said that. But yeah, I think it's a mistake for him to take that immediately. That's why I'm saying that he should fall back and tune up and mix in with the American, the American talent pool here before he tries to climb that ladder again. And if at least if he's in Vegas, he can market himself and be that public figure guy. So even if he does lose, he still kind of wins type thing or whatever, kind of like Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor came to America and he lit Vegas up with his presence there. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what Joshua should probably do in case he does get tapped again. But I think November is too soon. I think that's a mistake. He need to pull out.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You need to duck that one. But I don't feel it's because Ruiz is that ferocious. I just feel that he just needs a little time because Eddie Hearn has overworked that man, like a slave. And ever since the Olympics, he's been in fight after fight after fight after fight after fight. He hasn't had any kind of layover. He hasn't had any kind of injury or personal problem that's held him out of the sport, but he does legitimately need a break. He probably needed a break, after the Parker fight because he looked just flat. You know what I'm saying? He looked like, he just wasn't himself. You know what I'm saying? So moving forward, I think now is the time for him to have that break, or hang it up. You know what I'm saying? Rather than be embarrassed further, because the next fight will really tell if he a fraud for real. This fight could have just been a fluke, but these next few fights are going to tell if he was a fluke or not. You know what I'm saying? We didn't hear anything else about Frank Bruno after Tyson destroyed him. But I'm not comparing Ruiz to Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Ruiz You know, Fury laid them hands on him all day. Wilder laid them hands on him all day. Usyk laid them hands on him all day. You know, it's a couple heavyweights that have laid hands on Ruiz all day. He's touchable. He can get hit and he will lay down. You know, he's not this defensive fortress. He's not the, you know, if you stand there and let the dude get off on you, he gonna knock you out. He coming in there at 260. I think any heavyweight, you let him stand there and get at you. Joshua got his guard way out of here. This dude just coming around your hooks, baby. You ain't even got that American Bobby Lee. You ain't got that. You got that like that pub style almost. He kind of remind me of like an Afro pub style fighter. You know what I'm saying? That like a black European fighter. But that is exactly what he is. He kind of reminds me of like almost a mimic of Klitschko, but with just a little bit of spice on it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit of melanin on it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
he needs that real training. That the training that Tabiti is getting. That training that Tabiti is getting from Floyd Senior. That's what Joshua needs. Yep. That's what Joshua needs. Joshua don't need to come in no fight over 220, 225 ever. Yep. Ever. You know, and if he came in there at 220 and just start throwing hands, it's a whole nother Joshua. But a 240 Joshua, 250 Joshua, he getting spanked, man.
He too big.
Too big.
I agree with that, man. Ox, before you go, man, Ox, I know other cats can't see that, but I see you, man. I see you slimming, bro. I see you on them workouts. I see you, brother.
Hey, I'm doing it, hey, man. Hey, the intermittent fast.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. I see you, brother. D, go ahead on that back end, man. Kill it, man. Kill it. Ox killed it, brother. I want you to kill it.
Ox really getting in there. Ox doing this thing tonight, man.
Yeah.
He not leaving a lot of room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I know you got room. I know you.
Honestly, man, I don't know, bro. I mean, to me, it's like some things don't even really need to be discussed, bro. I'm not trying to like pull away from this, but like anything that I could have said, like Ox kind of cleared a lot of that up. But to me, this like it's not. Some fights are not a decision, bro. I mean, it's nothing like I feel like Joshua. It's just like something that wasn't supposed to happen, bro. It was an upset for a reason. You know what I'm saying? With Spence and Porter, we know he's going to beat Porter up. We know this. The only fight that's really interesting, and I can't even lie, is Spence and Crawford. I mean, Fury's going to beat up Schwartz. Wilder's going to win. And I believe AJ's going to come back and get his title back. Crawford and Spence is really the only thing to talk about right now, in my opinion. And when we talk about Crawford and Spence, on my side, I just say that Spence is too big. Spence hasn't even moved up yet, and Crawford's not going to be able to deter him. It's similar to the Mikey fight, but Crawford's going to be able to do more because he has more than Mikey. He has a lot more to give than Mikey. But you still won't be able to deter Spence.
Yep, that's true.
That's the problem. Spence is going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. He won't be able to deter him. And Crawford, he's got this habit of sticking that tongue out his mouth when he get hit. Well, I'm gonna let everybody know this right now. That's the same as shaking your head no. And you know what that means. That shit hurt. It hurt.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And Spence is gonna get to that.
D, not to cut you off, but Wasset, man, he's talking about your guy.
Well,
two things. He said, do Fury deserve respect? And he said, hey, D, is Fury a true champ?
Okay. All right. Well, look, let me leave the Crawford and Spence thing alone. Let me tell you something, Wasset. Let me tell you something, man. I'm getting sick and tired of people disrespecting Fury. Now, I've been taking up for Wilder for I don't know how long now, because it's been a lot of disrespect for Wilder. Way too much disrespect for Wilder. And I don't even like Wilder, but I've been taking up for this dude all week. But I'm getting tired of y'all talking about my man Fury. I don't care that Bob Arum is stupid and he said what he said. In today's era, ain't too many guys messing with Fury. So just stop it right now. And here's something that all of y'all got to think about. Everybody keep talking about who Fury fought. Who Fury fought. Fury has fought the best 2 heavyweights. This is real. Fury has fought the best 2 heavyweights in 20 years. And he hasn't lost to either of them. That's Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder. Now, who was better than these 2 guys? Anybody, please tell me who was better than these 2 guys. And Fury fought both of them. He beat up Vlad much more impressively than AJ did. And, you know, I'll give him the tie because that's what the judges say. But I say my man got robbed. You know, I always say that. He knows the sport.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? So when you think about it like that, he beat the 2 best heavyweights in 20 years. So all of y'all shut the hell up about Fury, bro. You got any more questions about Fury? Wasset? Stop it, bro. Just stop it right now.
I think Wasset was probably trying to get in line with you, man. Maybe he wanted to hear more talk about Fury. I think he wanted to hear more love about Fury because we talking about everybody else. That's what I think.
My bad, Wasset. I just don't like nobody coming at my boys, son.
I don't think he wanted that smoke. I think he just wanted to hear Fury get some love. Respect, bro.
You know, man, because I was being peaceful tonight. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me pull out the guns, son.
But see, here's the thing. Ox, man, that's why I like when you come on here, bro, because you could tell. Because see, a lot of people don't know that, but Ox stepped in the trenches, man. Ox used to box, so he's always gonna give you that boxer's perspective, man. He boxes in the service, so
that's
you always gonna get that perspective from him, man. He don't leave that much room for you to have to say anything because he damn near say everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he cleaned it up real good.
He cleaned that thing up real good, like we was eating off of it's like we was in survival on an island, and it was our last meal, bro, and we all needed to fight for that damn meal. That's how Ox cleaned that thing up, man. But I'll tell you this much, and this is how I look at it. I like what Bob Arum is doing because Bob Arum is pushing for that fight, and I believe that rematch is going to be epic, man, because here's the thing, the buildup of that fight. The first fight, the reason why it didn't get the numbers that it got is because we all, as boxing fans, not me, not you, Ox, not you, D, Alistair, I don't know. Maybe you weren't too, but I don't know. You know, sometimes that 18-year-old come out of you. But a lot of us was fooled into thinking the Joshua versus the Wilder was the fight. But in actuality, we got the best fight at heavyweight already. That was Wilder versus Fury, man. And this is why I feel, because of how the event happened the way it did in the first fight, that rematch, man, is going to be epic because Bob Arum is doing something smart. He actually has Fury fighting not only this guy, but he's actually has him fighting one more time before that rematch takes place. And then Wilder's going to fight at the end of the year against Luis Ortiz. So we're going to be able to see both of these guys enough to where it's going to build it up the right way. And then if they do it on the top of next year, man, I'm telling y'all right now, that fight is going to be fireworks like nobody's business. In that rematch, this is how I look at it. And D, I ain't going to disrespect Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? I know you and Wasset, are Tyson Fury guys, but I'm going to tell you like this, man. What I saw in that last fight against Brazil, I just want to see if Wilder can continue on. And I know Ox is seeing that. Ox is seeing that too. I need to see Wilder continue that on into the Luis Ortiz fight. It's what I saw him do in that Brazil fight that was impressive. That stiff jab, man. I need him and J. Diaz to continue those fundamentals that they are working on. Establish everything with that jab and use that jab for broke. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Wilder's stiff jab is harder than anybody's right hand in at the freaking heavyweight. That's how powerful that man is, man. So I just need him to keep throwing those jabs and keep setting everything up. And if he could get Luis Ortiz out of there way more impressively than what he did in that first fight, all I'm gonna say is Tyson Fury, you better find a way to cough your ass out of that rematch, bro. You better cough your ass out of that rematch.
Let me say this right quick. I'm gonna say this right quick before you go out. Look, check this out. Tyson Fury, not Tyson Fury, Dominic Brazil. I understand that was a highly impressive fight. You know, I put a video up about that fight. But bro, Dominic Brazil is slow as a freaking turtle. Not only that man head don't go nowhere but up and down and back and forth to the side. That man get hit more than the goddamn Sunday hooker.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, bro. Tyson Fury is going to be all around that ring, man. Why did I keep it that? Why did I touch that man clean like that easy, bro? Come on, stop that. And then I gotta say this. I gotta say this too, bro. Tyson Fury has slimmed down, dog. Have you seen this, man? You seen the tweets? I know you seen the tweets I put up with my man Fury busting the moves, dog, dancing and stuff. I know you seen the tweets. Listen, bro. Tyson Fury is lean. He ready. But Dominic Brazil stopped that, man. Man, Wilder caught him so easy that like he was fighting a fifth grader. So, boom!
Don't forget that Dominic Brazil caught Wilder too. You know when
he did.
Right.
He did, Alistair. So on the back end, man. On the back end, I'm gonna let you get the last floor. My boy Ox, man. Get that last word in, man.
You know, I'm kind of like I don't know what the word for it is, man, but you know, like so I just raised a different way, man, cut from kind of like different cloth, and I like seeing people get punished, man. And sometimes I like seeing people win, but I like seeing certain people get punished, man. And certain people, I believe they do deserve to get their head whooped on. And I would love to see maybe Miller get his head whooped on by Fury. You know, every time y'all mention Fury, all I can just picture is Fury peppering Big Baby Miller up. You know what I'm saying? That's just something I need to see, but I would love to see the trash talk between the two. You know, it's a lot of good fights that can be made. It's just all about the promotion that goes into it. And the money and the spending power that these promoters actually have is underutilized. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's because they lack the creativity. But there's still a lot of good fights that can be made, even if a guy pop dirty, even if a guy, you know, lose a fight and stuff like that of that nature. You know, but it's just certain shit. Certain stuff that has to be made. But I believe in that Wilder jab. And I don't see Ruiz holding those belts that long. I don't see Porter holding that belt that long. Crawford, I'm not going to just throw him out there like that. But I believe a lot of the reason why he's moving up is because there's really no other big names for him to fight from the division he came from. You know what I'm saying? But however, I would like to see a Tank Crawford at 140. I think that would be pretty interesting. Crawford just kind of jumped up to 147 or whatever, but let me see you on some 140 though. You know, Tank needs to come up anyway. He can barely make weight, but I feel like that could be a good fight that could be made. I just kind of wish the politics were different. I think we all agree that the politics were a little bit more free to where we could make more fights happen. You know, but it just kind of, you know, it just kind of is what it is, man. You know, it just kind of is what it is.
Hey, Ox, check it out. One thing about Tank fighting at 140, like I always talk trash about Tank fighting too small as well. But I think Tank should slide to 135, and then I think he should stop there. The reason I don't think Tank is suited for 140, he has the power. Reach. He has the skill. There you go. Bro, he's too he's too small, like he's too little as far as reach and length for 140.
I want to see him try. I want to see him get his little head whooped on a little bit.
But think about this. Think about Tank in the ring with a Devin Haney or a Maurice Hooker with those long arms and that length like that. Man, I just gotta believe that they'll bounce all around Tank, just box his head off, bro, because he's too short. You know what I mean? Like those guys, Devin Haney and Maurice Hooker, man, they're way longer than Tank, bro. And they got
Devin Haney like 5.
And they got the skills too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we all heard what Devin Haney said in that sparring with Tank, boy. He swept up and down. He took it to Tank in that sparring, boy. He don't hesitate. He don't hesitate telling people that.
Let me get some water.
I love to see that.
I believe that. I believe he did, bro. I believe, to tell you the truth, I'm gonna say something that might surprise he knows. I believe he took it to my boy in sparring too, Teofimo Lopez.
That's what's
After
up.
I seen that last fight, who was that guy? Haney fought. Y'all know he fought overseas and on the zone. But anyway, man, after I seen the way Haney moved around that ring, I think him and Teofimo was rumping in that. I ain't even really try to hear no one-sided because Teofimo was acting like it was a one-sided.
He probably cooked Teofimo.
Like I don't believe that. I don't believe that now. Not after what I seen Devin Haney do. I'm not just gonna say Devin Haney telling the truth and it was one-sided in his favor, but I don't believe it was one-sided in Teofimo's favor. No way, bro. That dude's too good. He's way too good.
I think it was a back and forth, man. It was a trade-off. That's what I think.
Exactly. I don't think either one of them being honest about that sparring match, bro.
Exactly. That's why I feel it's a trade-off. They probably, because it was so close, one person's trying to say, "Oh, I got the edge over you," or whatnot. You know how that kind of stuff goes. It's like when Shakur and Devin. I felt Shakur did a little bit more in that one, but it was a back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So let's close that thing out, man. Alistair, man, let people know where they could check you out, man.
Oh, well, you can just add my YouTube. That's pretty much it. And also, I got a thing because I'm You heard of a fight night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm number 1 ranked in the world at that. So go add me on PSN for that.
Okay.
Oh, word, you are? That's what's up, bro. You be over there with Showbiz, fighting with Showbiz?
Yeah.
Okay,
Showbiz,
I'm gonna check you out then. I'm gonna check you out.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
I also wanted to say this though. Who believes that Lomachenko could move all the way up to 147?
No.
Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. Who thinks so?
Loma can't even move to 140 and beat Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, and Maurice Hooker, bro.
Damn
so
right.
he damn sure ain't doing nothing at 147.
Yeah. Loma, the 135 is his cap off, man. That's it. Now, if Loma was about 5'9", 5'10", that'd have been a different story. And let's say he had about 68 to 72 inch reach, that'd have been a different story. But we just got to keep it a buck here, man. His height, just like they mentioned with Tank, his height and his ability, nah, I can't see that, man. I just can't. His cap off is 135. He need to retire at 135. He go to 140. Jose Ramirez, Maurice Hooker, shit, he better stay his ass away from Regis Prograis.
And Josh Taylor.
Those guys are giving problems. And if he go to 147, it's a wrap. They'll Burger King his ass. Anybody at 140, even Josecito Lopez, they'll Burger King his ass at 147.
The only thing is, I just want to see it happen. I just want to see it happen.
Why you want to see Loma get hurt, man? Why you trying to see Loma get hurt, bro?
Loma, that's the thing. Loma hasn't been hurt. Loma hasn't been hurt.
That's too big, Alistair. That's too big, bro.
Alistair, get back on that fight night, man. Hey, Ox, man, talk to the people, man. We about to close out, man. Let the people know where they could catch you at, bro.
They can find me on here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want none of these trolls, coming at me. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to my channel. I got a few videos on there. I'll be adding more, from the athletes and stuff that I train. Whoever want to reach out to me directly as far as training and strength conditioning, reach out to me. I'm also an American Bulldog breeder. So I got that stuff going on, and anything, general sports talk, man. I'm in this thing with y'all. I rock with you. Just reach out to me out here, man. You can inbox me directly.
That's what's up, man. D.
That's what's up.
D.
As y'all know, every Saturday and Sunday, I'm right here with my man. He knows his sports. We do our boxing thing. We do our basketball thing. Customer. Man, I'm thinking business. Subscriber appreciation. It's all for y'all, man. It's all for y'all. And then, of course, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Look, Ox, get in there, bro. Alistair, get in there. Get in this competition, man. Y'all drop them comments, 150 words or less. This thing's cranking up, man. Get in that competition, fellas.
Yep. That's what's up, man. I appreciate all y'all. Alistair, thank you for contributing. Ox, I appreciate you. D, you know what's up, man. We brothers from another mother, man. So
all day.
Man. He knows his sport. Y'all know me, man. I'm bringing that heat and that fire. As y'all can see, y'all see the shirt. He knows his sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Just know
man, I'm gonna order one too, bro.
Merch is coming. Get y'all 50 of them bitches.
I'll start off with one.
But we about to do bigger and better things, man. You know what I'm saying? We trying to bring it up. The channel's gonna get an overhaul. You know what I'm saying? Me and my partners, we cooking up something in the lab. So expect the overhaul on the channel, man. There's gonna be big things going on.
You know you gotta get these, right?
Damn right.
Cause you know that's my thing there. So you gotta have one for me. I want all the designs too. I rock them on my channel.
Damn right. I got you, man. I got you. We coming. So holla at me, man. And I appreciate everyone. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit that subscription button. If y'all new to the page, you know what I'm saying? And make sure y'all show support and check out these videos, man, because I'm gonna keep bringing that heat and that fire, man. And check out my boy D. You know what I'm saying? Ox, I appreciate the contribution. Alistair, as always, appreciate the contribution. And I'm gonna tell you something, Alistair. You said a lot of funky stuff, but in a weird way, some of that stuff made sense. And I think the older brother stuff like that too. Some of that weird stuff made sense.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Facts, bro. Hey, Alistair, stick to your guns, bro. Don't let us discourage you, dog. Stick to your guns. Because let me tell you what happens in this sport here. Everybody's always wrong at some point in time.
Exactly.
If you stick to your guns, you're gonna be the opposite one, and then you get to say, "I told y'all. I told all of y'all." So stick to your guns, young fella. Don't let us discourage you, bro.
There you go. And we trying to grow up and be like you, man. You know what I'm saying? You got that perfect beard, brother.
Hey, man, you know, it's genetics, man. Genetics, man. You know?
That's what's up, man.
I might get into the beard game oil, you know what I'm saying? You know, you never know, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I know me and D need help with that, brother.
Man, mine don't connect here. Mine won't connect.
Speaking of which, you know, we talking about side businesses, man. I actually tried your boy Mikey Garcia's CBD oil, man.
How was it?
It was strong. It was really good quality, man. It was very strong. I know it's helping them recover. I know it's probably helping them recover.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because guess what? If he's doing well in that, then he needs to stay there. Be doing some CBD oils, man. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna check it out.
Off script, Oxa, I'm gonna probably do a private hangout between me, you, and Ox, man. I think he gonna school us on the beer game, man, because he has some secrets on how to have that thing connecting and looking right, brother.
Yo,
that's what's up, bro.
So, all right, y'all, man. Y'all be easy, man.
Y'all folks take it easy, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone on the live stream.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.